Hello, everybody.
Hi.
I'm gonna pull up. It's just now like a habit to pull up the other screen. I know we're
Oh,
live,
yeah.
but I always get paranoid. I want to make sure. Okay. Now, is that Brandy or is that Preston?
Hmm?
My family is in the comments.
Oh, that's funny. I thought you meant like my drink,
Oh,
like brandy. I'm like, no, it's 7 Up.
I miss you guys too.
Oh, wait,
Also,
I'm not getting any comments.
that was fast because I didn't even tell them that they were that I was doing this. They just happened to hop on. Hi, Preston.
I'm not getting any comments. Oh, there they are. Okay, I was set to private.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So we are doing our 2019 book awards.
Okay, do you want to go first or you want me to go first?
You can go first. What was your favorite? Okay, so how many books did you read this year?
I think I read, let me see, where's my Goodreads? Where can I let me check my Goodreads challenge.
I didn't realize how many rereads I read this year.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. I read so many rereads. I think I'm at like 60. I don't know. I can't
Can
seem
you
to
hear this
find.
noisy cat? My goodness.
I can't find my what's the word I'm looking for?
Your 2019.
Challenge. Yeah, my 2019 challenge. But I think last time I checked, I was at like 60 potentially. Um, but a lot of them are rereads is the issue. So, not a lot of new books.
So I am at 71, I think, for
Oh wow.
2019.
Oh wow. Sorry, I'm just having issues. I don't know why the camera keeps like going in and out. That's weird. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm at like around 60.
Okay.
So my
Did
goal
you
was
have more
50.
rereads or new?
Probably had more rereads. So my goal was 50, and I know I definitely surpassed 50. I just don't know exactly how many.
Okay. So what was your hi Viper? It's my little niece and nephew.
Cute.
Um, so I did favorite new book that
Yeah,
I
me too.
didn't choose. Okay, so what was your favorite new book?
I just had it. Red, white, and royal blue.
Same.
Really?
I read
Hey,
like
look, it matches your headphones.
yeah, it's an aesthetic.
It's like the exact shade of pink.
So definitely the best book of 2019 for me, not only for like the romance aspects of it, but for the whole storyline. I wasn't expecting this type of storyline that we got in the plot and like the twists in here that we got. I wasn't expecting that out of a romance book.
Oh, for sure.
So definitely takes the cake on this one. Did you? I knew this was going to be your top pick of the year. How many times have you reread this book?
I think like 4 times.
Oh my gosh, that's so much.
I just reread it like a couple of days ago. So I guess that doesn't really count in 2019 because that's 2020. And I know I should be reading other books, but yeah, I like just reread it just like a few days ago. So I read it twice front to back. Like I read it the first time, and then the second I finished it, I reread it exactly like front to back 2 times in a row. And then when I finished it the second time, I went back and reread snippets of my favorite section a third time. And then I'm pretty sure I think I reread it a fourth time, like later on in the year.
Oh my Lanta, that's so much.
Yeah. I really liked it.
I mean, for a good reason, and it definitely got probably the most hype of 2019. Do you think it's like I can't think of another book that had like this much hype?
No, not for 2019, I don't think. I know it had a lot of it. I think it's like this is the year for like romance year. Like a lot of people are like doing a lot of new adult romance, a lot of like contemporary. I feel like not as much fantasy this year.
Yeah, definitely. This is the year of new adult romance. Hi, Nicole.
Hi.
And I am kind of loving that. Like, I'm surprised that so many people are jumping on board because usually romance is the one that gets the kind of like the worst rap.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like people like to make fun of people who read romance. So I love that it's like okay to talk about and it's okay to like hype up and share the funness of it too.
Oh, I love romance. I'm trash for romance.
So, what is your least favorite book?
Okay, I guess I can like so I don't have these books with me because all my books are in storage. But I can find it. And I'll show you.
I have no idea what yours is. Usually I know like
You should know I ranted about this book.
oh, yes I do. Is it the Susan No, wait. You don't have that one though. You have it just on audiobook. I don't know
Yeah.
what book you're Oh, is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, I'm trying to get the cover up.
It's like Susan Young.
Samantha
Right?
Young. Yeah.
Samantha Young. Yeah.
On Dublin Street. Look at this cover. Can we just talk about this cover first of all?
Yeah, that's pretty awful. So when was this released though? Because that makes a difference.
Oh, interesting. August 31st, 2002. 12, sorry. It's been out
2012?
for a while. Mm-hmm. It's been out for a while. No? Not that
It's
long?
not that old. I was expecting it to be way worse than that.
Yeah. No, so you and I both read Fight or Flight. We listened to it, and it's by the same author, and I really enjoyed it. So then I was like, well, I wanted to listen to more. So I picked up this one, and it's bad. It's very, very bad.
So when did Fight or Flight come out?
That's a good question. Let's see.
Because maybe her writing style. Now, was it the writing style you didn't like, or just like the tropes in it? Like, what really?
Yeah, I'd say, oh yeah. So Fight or Flight was published in 2018. That seems really like early. I mean, or like I don't think
Recent?
it was. Yeah, that's what I meant. I don't think it was 2000.
Yeah.
2018. Yeah, it was published in 2018, March 2018.
So it's 6 years difference, but
Oh, yeah, someone else read On Dublin Street. Yes. Okay. It's the relationship. It's not the writing style. The relationship, it's abusive, manipulative. It's not good. It's vulgar.
was there bits to it that you did like though?
No.
No.
No, it honestly, I almost DNF'd it, but then I finished it just so that I could have like vlog content to like rant essentially. Like towards the end, I was really just reading it just to like laugh
Like
because
hate read.
it was so bad. Like I don't like relationships where the guy and or the girl, like one person in particular in the relationship tells the other person what to do, like without,
Yeah.
without their consent. So like there was like one instance where she was getting ready to go on a date. Yes, yes, he pushed the envelope on consent. Agreed. Um, like he would like do things while she was sleeping. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I didn't like that. And then there was like he was taking her out on a date and then she like got all ready and then he came in and he was like you can't go out looking like that. Like you have to put your hair up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a little too cross the line with controlling aspects of things.
Yeah, it was not good. It was, and then the worst part is that he had a girlfriend. So he's like basically telling her what to do, and he had a girlfriend.
Interesting.
Yeah, it
That's very
was bad.
self-entitled.
Yeah, it was really bad.
So I feel a little bad that I feel a little bit bad that this is my least favorite book of the year because a publisher sent this to me. So I feel bad. It
Mm,
just in the grand scheme of things, it did not work for me.
yeah,
So
I agree. I hate the other woman trope.
yeah. So my worst book of the year is Demon in the White Lands. And it's by Nikki Richard. And this was an interesting premise, but there's too many issues that I had with it. The main one being that there is a demon in this book who they spend the majority of the book trying to figure out what the gender of the demon is. And it's like, it's a demon. Why does it have to have a gender? And they spent so much time focused on that. And then there was a weird, like, sexual attraction happening between the demon and another character, but the demon was also like underage. There was some weird relationship things, and it felt a bit like grooming in this book, which
Mm,
I was
mm,
so uncomfortable with that I think like if they would have taken that aspect out of it and like just left
hmm.
romance off and didn't focus on trying to figure out the gender of the demon, I probably would have really liked the book because the rest of it was
Yeah.
interesting. Like they had very interesting like religion and this type of thing, and like the clerk wasn't able to be touched. He had these um these tattoos all over his skin, and he was very like renowned and like people feared him, but it was very cool rest of the world aspects, but
Hmm.
that all part of that, like I felt so cringy like reading the whole book that I was like, please just make it stop. Like I just don't want to read this anymore. And
Yeah.
I just it had to be my worst book of the year pick.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I don't remember. I think that's the only, and then we were talking about the most, and then we have the most disappointing ending, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's later. Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to like throw this book out there really quick. It wasn't like my least favorite. Well, but I was really disappointed with it, which is really sad because I love it so much, but I just
Oh,
had to, that's it. That popped up.
yep. I didn't
um,
know you could do that.
I
We're still
didn't either.
clearly learning about StreamYard.
Yeah. I just wanted to quickly just like talk about Wayward Son. I wasn't that it was my least favorite. It was just like it wasn't what I was expecting and it made me really sad. So I just want to throw that out there because I'm so sad I didn't like it. Not that I didn't like it. It's moodier, I would say, than like Carry On. Carry On is just a lot more upbeat and happy and snark. And this one is just a lot more sad and stuff. So yeah.
So I've seen it go both ways. I've seen people who wanted it to be really cute, like the first one, and But then I'm like, I've also seen the other side of it of people being like, it's realistic. He has PTSD. Like, it's good
Yes,
representation. So I'm
I
like on the
agree.
fence about which way I'd want it to swing.
Yeah, no, I agree, which is why I didn't give it a bad rating because like Rainbow Rowell mentioned as to why the book is a little bit darker. And I think I gave it like a 3 or a 4, like a 3.5. Like it's not a bad book. It's just not what I wanted. So I'm just yeah, it's more of a personal issue on my part than the book itself.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to throw that one out there because it doesn't have a bad ending. I actually like the ending. So I was going to use it for most disappointing ending, but it's actually not a disappointing ending. I actually like the ending to it.
Okay.
So
And the third one comes out in, does that come out in 2020? Does anybody know?
I don't know.
I immediately go to Twitter instead of Goodreads to check these things out.
I don't know. Book 3, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Her Twitter says she's just writing The Runaways right now.
Simon Snow number 3. Anyway, the wind blows.
Does it
It
have a
doesn't
release
have.
date?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, so it'll be a minute.
Yeah, probably. So. Oh, drop my phone.
Excuse my very noisy cat. He's wanting attention. Okay, so
Next
I have
one.
next favorite standalone.
Mm-hmm.
So what is your favorite standalone? Oh my gosh. I tried so hard not to use duplicates.
I know I didn't read a lot of standalones, to be honest. Well, like that aren't rereads.
Yeah.
I can't. I did actually get sent All the Better Part of Me by Molly Ringwald, and I actually really, really enjoyed this one. And this is a standalone. Um, it's very like if you liked Red, White, and Royal Blue, I think you'd really like this one. Oh, and then Fight or Flight. That one was a lot of fun by Samantha
Oh yeah,
Young.
that was a standalone
That
too.
was
Yeah.
that was a good one. What's
But you're
yours?
sticking with red, white, and royal blue.
I think so, yeah. I'm trying not to double up, but it's so hard.
So I was kind of tossing back and forth between two of them. So I cheated and picked both of them.
Oh, do it.
So I chose The Unhoneymooners.
I haven't finished that one yet.
Why? Why haven't you finished this yet? So I really liked The Unhoneymooners. This is a very cute, hate to love, Hawaii-based romance book that is like a great enemies to lovers, and there's lots of good tropes in here of like the one bed situation,
Yeah.
pretending to be married situation. Like there's so many good tropes in this that it's like top notch, and like there's like a miscommunication aspect in it, but it's not like a bad miscommunication. It like turns out like no one's really an asshole and stuff like that too. Like, yes,
it's good.
So, yeah, seriously, you need to rate it.
You only rated it a 4, so I assumed it wasn't that great. Well, not that a
4 out of 5.
I guess that's a good rating.
Yeah, I'm just very picky with my 5 stars. Yes, forced proximity. Yes. So the Unhoneymooners definitely made it up there. And then my other one that makes it to the top of my list is With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. This one was so good. Also, can we talk about, look at how beautiful this cover is, and then like the naked book is stunning.
Yeah, I can't
get over this. So this is another really good book because the voice is so unique and like well established. It feels different. She feels like a different Like, it's not just another book.
Yeah.
She's got a very distinct voice. So this one is about a girl who's in high school and she has a child, and it's like talking about learning how to co-parent when she's still in high school and trying to graduate, and like all of that stuff too. And it's just so beautiful. And she has this love of her culture and a love of cooking, and it shows with that. And so you see different recipes. This one was so well done, and I definitely want to pick up Poet X, I believe is Elizabeth Acevedo. That's the one that usually people talk about, and I loved this one too. And I think this is really underrated because people were talking about it when it came out, and then it just fell off the scene. And I think people need to read this one a little bit more.
Interesting. Yeah. Everyone's saying they love The Unhoneymooners.
You need to finish it.
Okay.
It's so good.
I have it. It's right here.
Yes, do it. You really need to do like front to back. You can't like, because how far did you get?
Like 20 pages in.
Oh my God, just start it over.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I think with mine, I'm going to go with All the Better Part of Me to be a little different. I really like it. It's got a weird trope in here, or like a weird, not a trope, like a weird twist, but I like it kind of works with the story. So I really liked it. It's another like male romance. Yeah, very, very similar to Red, White, and Royal Blue, and like What If but what I like is like the main character, he likes to wear makeup, and he's very he likes fashion, and he's an actor, and yeah, so it's interesting. I liked that part. He's very I guess like retro, I guess, and just unique, and I really like that. I don't think I've read. Yeah, go ahead.
I gotta say, every time I hear Sherlock, I gotta say, every time I hear you talk about the book, like makes me want to read. I pick it up because I own the book. I just haven't read it yet. Yeah. And I always think Molly Ringwald. Like, I immediately go to the actress.
Me too. Yeah, this one was actually sent to me from the publisher, and I really I think you're gonna like it, Hannah. I think you're gonna like it. You should read it. It's really cute.
I know, I need to get to it.
It's really cute. It's really cute. So yeah. Next one. What do you have next? Favorite graphic novel?
Favorite series.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Yes, favorite series.
So this one I didn't realize I reread these books and this year, and I had to pick it because duh. I had to. I know this is a reread, but I know I had to pick it.
It's not a reread. Capturing the Devil came out this year. True, it's technically not a reread.
I reread the whole series this year.
I love how we have this. We have the same one. Guys, it is so good.
Yes. And it's so like, I'm so protective of this. Like, if you ever watch like Emma Books defend the Shadowhunter series, that's how I feel when I see people like being like, stalking Jack the Ripper is just okay. And I'm like, how dare you? Like,
how is it just okay? It's amazing.
And
speaking of which,
were saying like they would catch who the person is like in the first one, so they didn't continue. And I'm like, I know.
I'm sorry, but like plot twist.
Definitely.
So good.
So I, of course, had to pick Stalking Jack the Ripper because I cannot shout about this series enough.
Yeah, I agree. I actually have another one that I just want to mention. This was a really good series.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
The duology, anyways.
Yes. No, we're gonna get to Shadow and Bone later. But yeah, Six of Crows was really good as well.
So, I gotta pull up my next one. So, next one is favorite graphic novel. Do you want to go first? I gotta pull mine up because I don't actually own it.
Yes, it's The Prince and the Dressmaker.
Mine too! Yes, the finale was done so well, Hannah. So well.
Oh my gosh. Oh yes, Stalking Jack the Ripper. by the way, Hannah, I know you haven't watched any of my reading vlogs with our book exchange, but the dynamic between the two characters in the book that I picked for you gave me like major Audrey Rose and Thomas vibes.
Yes. Oh my god, I'm so
But like
excited.
more new adult, not like historical fiction set in the hundreds where everyone's very proper. But yeah, the main character definitely gives me like Audrey Rose vibes,
Ooh, I
and
love.
yes, and like the main love interest thinks he's like hot shit, like Thomas does.
Oh
So
my
I
god.
think I
I am
think you're
so
gonna
ready for that book. Oh,
I
I
think
need
you're
more
gonna
like
like
that.
it. I think you're gonna like it.
So, oh gosh.
Oh yeah,
Definitely Prince and the Dressmaker. We both read this year, and it's so well done. And I can't believe it took me so long to read this. If you haven't picked this up, please, you're doing yourself a disservice. It is so dang good, and the message is so cute. Also, I never paid attention to it until like looking at it recently, but
it's a
this
dress, right?
cover, yeah, but it's him in the dress.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
I never really paid attention to that because I just look at them in this entire thing. So,
yeah. It's a beautiful cover.
yeah, and it's a beautiful story. And
Oh
it's
my
like,
gosh.
if you guys don't know, Prince and the Dressmaker is all about these two main characters, and there is this outrageous dressmaker who makes these crazy things, and he spots her, and he's a prince, and he's like that's who I want to connect with, and he asks to like have these beautiful dresses made for him so he can feel his like authentic self, and it's like he like gets to dress up and like go out, and it's so beautiful and well done, and I love it so much. It's such a good book.
Yeah.
And it's so fast to read. Like, highly recommend checking it out.
Hmm. Oh yeah, it's such a quick read. You can read it in like an hour.
So, this next one is going to be a little hard to talk about without spoilers.
Biggest plot twist and cliffhanger. Is that the one you have?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, my biggest plot twist is The Wives by Taryn Fisher, which is one of the first adult thrillers that I have ever read. And holy shit, this book messed me up so bad.
Really?
Yes, because at the end of it, I'm like, what's happened? I don't know what to think. Like, I literally put this book down and was like, I don't know how to function. And
Oh
maybe it's because like I don't read a lot of thrillers, but I was thoroughly being like, I am wrecked. Like, I don't know what has happened. Like, I don't know how to feel. I don't know who I was supposed to like, who I'm supposed to hate now. Like, I don't know what to think. And
Oh no.
that's how it ended. And I was like, oh my God. And I immediately want to send it to you so you can read it so I can talk to you about it.
Okay, I'll read it.
It just, oh my God.
Wait, you mean the book that you read for me?
Mm-mm.
Oh no, The
This one.
Wives. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Then send it to you. Okay.
I, it, I just, I need someone to talk to about this.
Hmm. But yes, I agree, Hannah. The art with the Prince and the Dressmaker, amazing,
Yes.
amazing. Uh, yes. Okay, I'll read it.
So, what is your biggest plot twist?
I am going. I don't have it with me, and here we go. Let me get the.
Oh,
Well, everyone knows it. Everyone's heard of this story. Yeah, go ahead.
but by the way, like this is not gonna be a Gabby approved ending because it's a biggest plot twist for me. So it's definitely not gonna be a Gabby approved ending. If you guys don't know, Gabby likes things tied up. I should not have phrased it like that. I apologize.
Oh, I like my things in a neat, pretty little bow.
Well, that was
You're
unfortunate.
making me sweat. I'm just kidding.
Oh man. Yeah, so this is not you're not gonna like the ending, but you need to read it because I need to talk to someone about it.
talk to somebody about it. Okay. Um, so I am going with God's Grave.
Mm.
Yeah, by J. Kristoff. Oh, okay, wait, no. Yes, 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 because the next I thought of a book, but I already have that one for a different question. Anyways. So yeah, I didn't expect the ending of God's Grave. I think you thought it was pretty predictable. Um
Uh, that was there's too many romance books happening. Yeah, I need to get to the next one in the Nevernight trilogy.
Yeah. I can't remember if you thought it was a predictable ending, but I was shocked when we were listening to it.
I think I had gotten spoilery hints to it, so I knew something was
Oh,
coming. Yeah.
got it. I had like no idea. So I was very much had
I
no
do
idea.
remember you finishing it and we're like, well, yeah. And you're like, what?
Yeah. You were a lot more like, meh, like it was good. And I was like, wait, what? I didn't see the end of God's Grave either. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, and
Thank
Hannah
you.
said, oh my God, the God's Grave plot twist. I reread it last month in order to finish the series, and even though I knew the twist, I was still on the edge of my seat. Yeah.
It was, yes, Trisha.
I
It
have
was
not read
so
Dark
good.
Dawn.
I haven't either. Well, I
Yeah.
want to listen to the audiobook.
Yes. Which we have
Yeah.
it. Like,
Oh,
we just
okay.
need to do
I
it.
just need to listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got so many books that I need to read right now. It's so hard. But I'm getting out of like a really bad reading slump. So now I want all of the books.
Yes. So I'm gonna jump questions.
Yeah, go for it.
My number, like the question is books you didn't get to this year,
Oh,
and
yeah.
and Dark Dawn is the book. So I need to get to this one ASAP. Girl, don't even get me started. So I need to get to this one. And you're going to get to that one though, because we're doing the second one for the live show.
Oh, yeah.
So
I've made, now that I finished our 2 books for our book exchange, I've gotten a little dent in. So I will make it. I will make it. I still have like 2 weeks for this one
yeah.
and the next one. I'll do it. Yeah, so I was supposed to, this okay, you know what? Don't judge. I don't even think I've seen you pick up And I Darken.
Okay, you also didn't like And I Darken, so there's no incentive to read that book.
Okay, you should do. You should just like skim through just the annotations that I wrote.
I've thought about it.
Just like don't even bother reading it. It's honestly like it's not worth your time, but just like read my annotations.
Look, does this count? I picked it up.
There you go.
I know. I do want to like go through and read. I don't know. I'll probably put it on an audiobook and listen to it that way. That way I can get through it quickly and still read.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's not going to hurt my feelings if you don't ever read it. And if you just want to read my annotations.
But I am so excited to get to
The book
books this
exchange?
year.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh. I think I hit like gold on mine. I think.
Don't.
I personally think. I'm hoping I'm not hyping it up too much for
I
you.
know.
I know. Yes, okay. Okay, Trisha, I'm excited. I'm excited to read this one. It's giving me like huge Throne of Glass vibes.
Yeah.
Is it similar to it?
It's not when you get in like the thick of it. It becomes very like more unique into the storyline once you get farther
Okay.
in. But you definitely get
Okay.
those vibes in the beginning.
Yeah, like we're just getting world building and it's like very, very much the king who hates magic, outlawed it, things like that. Very, very Throne of Glass.
Yeah, it gets more complex and unique the farther down you get.
Okay, perfect.
Um
Yeah, that's
the
books that we didn't get to this year.
yeah. The next one is most disappointing ending, and I think we both had the same exact one. Yep.
Hated
This
this.
was
This was
so
shit.
bad.
This book was such shit. Let's
Yeah.
let's say what it really is.
And it's like, what happened? Because like we see her first book was good. I really liked the first one, and like
No.
I liked the first one. I really liked the
It's
first
all
one,
right.
and like the second one was okay, and this one just felt so flat. And it's like,
Oh no, the second one was bad.
compared to this one though,
Yeah, I don't know.
this is worse than the second one.
Yeah.
I was very disappointed in this and about the ending, and it was yes.
Confession, I actually never finished the ending.
What?
I just used what you told me.
My God.
And then I like skimmed it, but I never like so I did read it, but I wasn't like I skimmed it.
Reread it. Yeah.
Like I did yeah.
The
A
the
little confession.
ending bits were so bad. It was no.
Yeah, like you told me what was happening and I was like, no, like that
I'm not
that
here
doesn't
for that.
deserve my time.
Fair point.
I would have loved it in high school. Yeah, see, this is what was interesting that Hannah and I were talking about. Six of Crows was published in 2015. And then Ruin and Rising was published in
2015 is the first edition.
2014, I have.
Oh, yes, you're right.
So there's only 1 year difference between these two books. And it's as if it's a completely different author. It's crazy. Like how in 1 year she went from shit to like amazing.
I know it's a world of difference.
Yeah, I just don't and it's in the same world. That's what's crazy. It's not even like she built a new world for Six of Crows. It's just I
In
don't
a
know.
way, it feels like it though.
It does though, you're right.
Wonder Woman is not a good gauge to her ability because that book was not great either. It gets better.
I don't think we're gonna read King of Scars, to be honest. I don't know.
I haven't heard
It's not high on my list.
I haven't heard great things about King of Scars. However, I have heard that Nina is bi and that she ends up with a girl or something in King of Scars. So I'm like, I may be into it just for that. So I haven't decided. I haven't decided if yes or no, but it's definitely not high priority.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, the next one, and feel free for you guys to pop in your answers too.
Please pop in your answers so we can talk.
Best audiobook now.
Do we have the same answer?
I mean, these books, if you're going to read them on audiobook because it's just you're so good. With the full cast of characters and it just the whole thing comes alive. It's the same thing with Illuminate. It really brings that reading experience up to another level, and you need to like it's so good.
Yes, Hannah, let us know if it's worth reading it for Nina.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree 100% with what Hannah said. Definitely the best. This one and Aurora Rising, I also really liked. I think I liked this one better. It won, but Aurora Rising, which was written by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman, which are the two authors of the Illuminate series, it also has a full cast of characters. And I think this one's just done a little bit better, but that one's also as good. It's a good runner-up.
So I'm going to segue a little bit. So I read both Aurora Rising and Skyward, both by very well-known authors, ones I was very hyped for, and maybe that's to my downfall. Both what so Skyward's by Brandon Sanderson and Aurora Rising is by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. And
Mm-hmm.
both of them felt a bit forgettable to me, which is such a disappointment because I was expecting so much more from them, both of
Yeah.
them. And they both were very similar and they were both
Fair enough.
felt a little flat. I think I liked Skyward a bit better, but it's just like it just felt I wanted more from them.
That's interesting because I liked Aurora Rising a little bit better.
And I could not tell you the plot point. Like it's so forgettable to me. I would have to reread it to be able to read the second one.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I don't really remember what happened. I just remember liking the audiobook. Oh, wait.
I
No,
remember, but it's because I think we read them so close to each other,
we
and
did. And they're so similar.
I remember snippets of what happened in Aurora Rising, like
Mm-hmm.
the plants and things like that, without getting
Oh,
into
yes.
spoilers. Like
Yes,
I
yes.
remember bits of it,
Yes.
but it wasn't. Like
You're
it's
right.
not. I couldn't tell you a character name out of that book.
Mm,
Which is exactly, it's such a bummer because they have very
shoot.
strong
You're right.
writing styles, and I was
You're right.
expecting so much more.
I can't. Scarlet? Is that her name
Uh,
in
Not a clue.
Skyward? I do remember not enjoying Skyward that much. I think I gave it like a 3 or a 4. It wasn't my favorite.
Yeah, that one was a little bit long, but I
Yeah. Yeah,
am
it
looking
was.
forward to that next one. I know like the cover looks really cool for the second one of Aurora Rising, but I
Mhm.
just like don't care what happens to the characters.
Interesting.
I will
See,
never
I
look at
probably
succulents the same. Yeah,
That's true.
terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, or monkeys.
Yeah.
I think I would continue on with Aurora Rising, but I don't see myself continue on with Skyward. And I know that like especially like I know so many people love Brandon Sanderson, but I just
That's not a good reflection of his writing.
okay.
You've got to read Mistborn to have an idea of what his
Yeah.
writing style is, because that's not a good representation of it.
Okay. Okay.
So, favorite female protagonist is what we're on, right?
Mhm.
Who is yours?
Um, you go first.
I'm picking Nina because I fell in love with Nina. She is such a ballbuster. Like, I love her so much and I love the sass. Like, that is what I need in a female protagonist.
Yeah. That's a good one. Okay, so I'm gonna go with a
Sadie
different
is a really
character.
good answer, too.
Sadie?
Yeah,
Yes.
Trisha says
Yes.
Sadie.
Yes. But we have another question for Sadie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going with uh
Yes. See, Nicole says that she seconds Mistborn, too.
oh, okay. Okay, guys. I will read it someday.
She has heard this so many times and she's never going to do it. She's so intimidated by Mistborn. Oh, she almost made it. I really like
Felicity.
Felicity. Yeah.
I love Felicity. I just love her determination and I adored her. So yeah. I was gonna pick Nina, but because you mentioned Nina, I'm gonna give Felicity a shout out.
So there's just something about a strong woman in a historical fiction setting that, like,
So good.
yes.
Yeah, so and like I just love the scene where she's on stage and she like talks about her period and like the guy's just like yeah,
Yep.
she's just
Blasphemy.
yes, I just she's amazing. I love her. And like she accepts her brother and like Percy and yeah, I love her character. So, definitely highly recommend this series, guys. It is phenomenal. It's so good. It's so funny and witty and chaos, and it's great.
So the next one is favorite male protagonist. And I think this one's going to surprise you.
Okay.
But I really like Gansey. And so he, out of everybody, made this list for me because he's just so charismatic. And there's something so special about him. And he's such a unique character. And
It really is.
and it's so funny because he was not my favorite out of the, like, I was reading through it and I was such an Adam fan for a good portion. But Gansey, I just can't help it. Like, I look back on it and I like love Gansey so much.
I forget we read.
We read all Maggie Stiefvater. We did
We
all the Lee Bardugo books, and then we read the Raven Boys cycle.
Yeah, I forget we did that. You're right. I actually, honestly, to be quite honest, I honestly have no idea who my favorite male protagonist is. I think I might go with maybe Ronan. I forgot that we read the
Are you going to continue on? Are you reading the Call Down the Hawk? That's
I
a
haven't
Ronin
read that
book.
one. I know.
It's 50% off at Barnes & Noble right now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I've been seriously eyeing it, being like, do I need this?
Yeah. I also really, really loved Matthias in Six of Crows.
Yes.
I really loved Matthias.
For his character growth.
Yes,
He
yes.
started out kind of shitty.
Yeah, agreed. But I kind of liked that about him. So.
Trisha, you make me sad.
What'd she say?
She doesn't like the Raven Boys.
Also, Henry. Henry?
Do you like him better than the other one?
Than Alex?
Yeah.
Yeah, Henry's my favorite.
I just can't, like, Gansey is just...
I liked Gansey a lot. I really do.
And he's so pure. He's so pure.
Yeah, he really is.
He's so hopeful and, like... Oh, God, I love him. Okay. Favorite cast of characters? I think this one's probably going to be the same for both of us, too. Yeah. How can we not? I mean, when you're talking about cast of characters in any type of format, like, this is what people go to anyway. It's just fantastic. Sure. It's very well done, very well written. They all balance off of each other really nicely. What I love about this is they can throw together, like, any two of these characters and it doesn't feel weird. Like, you can throw together like so Jasper and Matthias and it's not weird. Like, they all have a good dynamic with each other, but it's all different enough. It's very well done.
So good. So good. I agree. It's amazing. You're right. I never thought about that.
You didn't like the Raven Boys either? I'm very distressed.
I loved the Raven Boys.
Yeah. I will say, though, like, the last book let me down because it was super
Raven
hyped.
King?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but, like, just ignoring that part, the rest of it was really good. And it's such a different book.
I do have to say, I love the relationships in the Raven Boys, between Blue, Gansey, Ronan, and Adam. Like, and Noah, of course. They're, like, the characters just... It's that friendship sticks with you. I feel like that book sticks with you.
And I'm very excited. That's the same one that I picked for books that would adapt well on screen.
The Raven Boys?
I think that would be so cool to see play out. And, like, the whole storylines.
Yes, you're right. Oh, it'd be so good.
Like, the whole storylines of, like, the Welsh Kings aspect of things, and, like, there's so much potential of what you could do cinematically with this that it would be so cool. That's your pick? I don't know if it would translate as well.
You don't think so? It translates so much, but Bones is so good on TV.
But that's the thing is like we already have something like that I feel like it would just get lost in the wash.
I guess you're right.
Maggie Stiefvater definitely has unique writing style, and it either jives with you or it doesn't. So I
Yes, I
totally get
agree.
that.
I agree. I agree. Did you listen to the audiobook, Hannah, or did you read it?
I listened to it, and I wish I would have just read it because I don't really care for Will Patton, and he's the narrator, and he was
Yeah.
very
Dry.
twangy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess so. Are we gonna do book to movie adaptation now?
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't do it. Yeah.
I
Okay.
just jumped in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, like,
Yeah.
it's a reread. So I was trying to stick with like new books read, but like,
Yeah.
these could be amazing. I feel like any Sarah J. Maas book could translate so well on screen. But this one in particular, there's so many characters, the story's so convoluted, the magic system is really cool. I really do think that they could get such a good story. Like, no?
Yes, I think Throne of Glass more so than ACOTAR, even though I like the ACOTAR series maybe a smidge more. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I think that maybe I don't think it would be as popular as Throne of Glass.
Yeah, I guess ACOTAR is a lot more internal. Like there's a lot of internal battles in it. And I guess like ACOMAF is just a lot of just bickering between two characters.
Yeah.
The last one has a lot of action, but I could see that. Whereas like Throne of Glass, like there is like action in every single book.
And that one we kind of ease into the supernatural fantasy
Mhm.
elements to it
Mhm.
versus ACOTAR series is get like from the get-go it is all about magical
Mhm.
beings. So if it doesn't catch fire right away, it'll die. Versus Throne of
Agreed.
Glass, people can be sucked in and then they're just
Mhm.
following along. So I
Yeah.
think Throne of Glass would probably be adapted a bit better than ACOTAR, but I
Like
mean,
the wyverns and
yeah.
Manon. Oh, it could be so good.
I'm getting like very George R. R. Martin
Yes.
style fan group. I feel like those would be the same ones
Mhm.
like flock to that series.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like there's a huge Game of Thrones fandom out there. And I think Throne of Glass could be I think it could just be amazing. I think HBO could do a really good job if they took it
Oh,
on.
definitely.
Oh yeah.
I'm very excited for the Lee Bardugo Shadow and Bone things. I'm like hoping that's going
I'm
to.
nervous.
I'm
I'm
hoping it's going
nervous.
to go well. I know, but I'm very skeptical.
I know, I know.
So, number 12 is favorite relationship.
Duh.
Mine is
Hannah.
different. Mine is different.
What?
But I reread this and I was like, I know it's a reread, but I have to pick it
Audrey
because
Rose and Thomas Cresswell. You didn't. Oh.
the only excuse for me not to pick that couple is this couple.
See, they're still my favorite.
but
Sydney and no, Sydney and Adrian are mine.
but Dimitri, like, hello. It's me and Dimitri. I can't not pick him. Like, it's bad enough that I didn't pick him for male protagonist, and I was like, no, I'm picking this for one answer, and that's it.
Yes, that's so funny. Yes.
And I'm like, I had to, and that's the only thing that I picked for this entire. Like, this is the only question I picked for Vampire Academy, but I did reread this year, and
Yes.
I couldn't not pick them. I
Yes, I
still
love it.
think about them like on the regular. It's pretty bad.
Do you really?
Yeah, like that scene in with the 10th anniversary edition.
Oh, ow.
With like the extra scenes where they're like playing the scavenger hunt. Like I think about that way too often.
That's funny.
Okay.
I actually,
I
sorry.
thought you were gonna pick. I
Well,
really
see, I
thought you were
didn't
gonna
think
pick
we were doing rereads. Now, if we are doing rereads, hell yes.
that. Did you reread that this year?
Yeah, I did. I
Or
reread the whole.
I thought Alex and Henry were gonna be on there for favorite relationship.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've used them too much. But I also, I have this for a different answer. So.
Okay. So that one is actually my next question, which is favorite fantasy. Is Zakomath.
100%.
So that one was your favorite fantasy as well?
I also reread Throne of Glass, all the way up until I believe Queen of. Oh yeah, I read all of them, even Empire Storms, this year. So, but I think Akamath is still my favorite.
So I am very excited to talk about this because I feel like this is an underrated. I mean, everybody knows Sarah J. Maas and they know about those series and stuff. So us talking about it doesn't feel as like monumental. So I'm really excited to give this author another like screen to be on. And this is favorite sci-fi. And what was your favorite sci-fi? Do you have one?
Good question. I kind of was going with Aurora Rising. Yeah, that was my second thought.
This is such a unique world and it's so cool. So this one is a smaller author duo and it's a smaller publisher, but this is such a cool book that I just it's so cool. Like I don't know if you guys have like been watching my other videos so you know what this is about, but this book it is all about the future and it's about like they pick these elite people that they feel like they're going to be represented well and then they put the minds of the generations, so the greatest minds, and they implement it into these young kids to have them carry on the work. And so there's two minds in their brain working together to solve the world's problems, and it's just such a imaginative cool concept and it was done really well. And I think like there's some problems to the ending bits, but like overall, this was a really good book. And I cannot wait for the second one. And I want to know what happens. And I really liked the characters and like even the kind of love triangle that was sort of happening was handled fairly well. And I really enjoyed this book a lot. And I am really excited for the next one because it's such a cool concept. And I think like that's so
Yeah.
fascinating to imagine like our world going to something like that where we can implement another brain into a brain and like be able to work on projects inside your brain to help solve the world's problems. Like so cool.
I agreed. Also, can we just talk about
Your Ice Planet Barbarians, I died during your video when you were talking about that, by the way.
Can we talk about how Hannah's on the cover?
Oh yeah.
So Hannah is on their website. Her review is. Just had to bring that up. Can we talk about that?
I know. I was very surprised. That was really cool.
Out of everybody, you're the only one. That's amazing.
It's such a cool book though.
It really is. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. I think I read it in one sitting.
Yeah, it's very bingeable and it's so short and the fact that they developed such a cool story in like 200 some pages is so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really unique because you don't really see that. Like 200 pages, I mean, you have to develop well.
Deal. They Ice Planet Barbarians, by the way, sounds very up my alley because it's like strong women's and worshiping, like queen worship. Like, hello, yes.
Really? Okay, I'm gonna have to like look into it.
But they also do like all the research and like,
Yeah,
and they like put in like the art works of art that they reference and things like that. It's just so well done.
it's really, really well. You can tell it was well researched. It is a very well executed
Yes.
book. Agreed. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Aurora Rising as far as since fantasy. I actually really enjoyed Aurora Rising, even though you're right, I can't seem to remember any of the characters. I'm like looking up to see some of the Tyler. Tyler's the main character. He's the main guy. Ty uh Ari is the girl.
And it's
So
funny
you're
that
right.
like
Yeah,
we make fun of people putting like weird ass names in their books, but also in a weird book setting, we need weird names to make them stick out because Tyler feels very forgettable.
I was gonna say yeah. 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 So I would say that's mine. That was probably my favorite sci-fi because honestly, I think I only read like two sci-fis. I read well three merged, Aurora Rising and Skyward, and I didn't care for Skyward that much.
I Skyward mainly gets like has taken place.
It's like in a classroom.
Yeah, so it's not like super. I mean, it is in the future, so I guess that kind of counts. But I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily classify that as
Oh,
a
you
ton
wouldn't
of.
sci-fi?
It is, but it's not.
I mean, it has to do with space, but it's not. I guess you're right.
Yeah, because it's just about like flights. I do want to read Starsight though.
That's pretty.
Hmm.
Is it big?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's like a
Well,
bunch of.
what would you consider
Shit.
Six of Crows? Would you consider that fantasy? Yeah,
Yeah,
fantasy, right? Not sci-fi.
yeah,
Fantasy.
it's fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big book. It's
Yeah.
457 pages.
See, the problem with the Skyward is that there was like 150 pages of like them in the classroom that I feel like could have been omitted.
I think so too.
Like we didn't need to see them in their simulation pod 10 different times.
Yeah. At least make it different enough to like it didn't feel like we are reading the same thing over and over again. Because that's what we
Exactly.
mainly had like the most complaint is like we've already read this part. Like let's move on.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I do
Uh
like I have a love-hate relationship with the fated mates trope. Because it's like
yeah, that is
I I
true.
I love when it happens. Like
I
to
do
me,
too.
Rose and Dimitri are very fated mates type of thing, but
I don't
also
think so. I think they have to work for like I don't think so.
I think it's so set up
But
perfectly. Like,
they trust each other. There's a reason they like each other.
yeah,
It's not just like the stars aligned and we were meant to be.
I guess.
I think that the relationship, I think like it starts with like lust, but then it like develops.
Okay, so what about Reese and Farah? They are definitely fated mates. They,
Yes, but we have an entire like 600-page book developing that.
yeah,
Spoilers!
yeah. So, like I said, I have a love hate relationship with fated mates because, like, I love the idea of it, but if it can go wrong, and then it can feel like insta love if it's not done
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. It's got to be done well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess Throne of Glass has fated mates as well.
Mm-hmm. Sarah J. Maas loves her matchups.
Here's the thing though, if it's in a fantasy world, which I guess Aurora Rising is technically like sci-fi fantasy-ish, but if you're in a fantasy world and you're not people, like they're well, without going into spoilers, we've got different non-humans, I guess you could
Species,
say.
yeah.
I think it's okay to write it in. I don't know.
You could also say that about Aurora Rising, though, too. Because they're not all human.
Yeah. Well, the girl is. Ori, is she not? Wow.
You don't remember that book at all.
Oh, I want to love it because it's Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So I'm pretty sure that she's not. Because doesn't she have powers?
Oh, you're right. Oh, you're right. But no, I think she was like given her powers. I don't know. Well, I don't want to go into spoilers.
Yeah. So the next one is favorite thriller. Totally. Yes. This book was so good. I don't mean to yell, I'm sorry. But it was so good. Like, I constantly recommend this to people. Like, if they come in asking for recommendations for young adult thrillers, I'm like, do gory things bother you? Are you sensitive to subjects? And they're like, no, I don't care. I give them this because I'm like, this is so good. Mm-hmm. And there's so many different perspectives. The audiobook was good. Like, just it's so well done.
Agreed. And so many different ways to keep you occupied. It's like, and anybody can read it. Like, you don't have to be female or male. It's like for all genders, for all ages as well.
That any book is for all genders, though.
Well, that's true. I agree. But like the typical, like if someone came in and was like, I don't want anything like mushy good. I don't want like a chick flick book, is what I mean. But yes, I agree. Any book is all gender.
Yeah. But this is definitely like a intense ride, but done so well. And you like feel so many things. Like it's very easy to connect with the characters and pull on your heartstrings. Like I had to, like, I think I'm pretty notorious for not feeling a lot when I read things or having like emoting very much. I can read things and not like get to me. This book, I had to like put it down because it was so intense for me, which is saying a lot. And it just is, it's so well done. And you just feel things for so many different characters. And it's like, it's very gritty is this book. And I loved this book so much.
It was really, really, really good. I agree. 100%. Interesting ending.
Yeah.
I would have to say that's probably also one of the biggest cliffhangers.
Yeah, I could say that too. I think like I like the way it ended though.
I'm okay with the ending. But you know what? It like keeps me up at night. Like I have to know.
There's no bow for Gabby.
I want to like email the author and like I need a resolution.
Just tell me, girl.
I know. I need a resolution. I need something, but I'm also okay with it. But it, like you said, it's one of those books that just sticks with you and it's like, yeah.
Yeah, you definitely remember it.
Yeah.
So next one is favorite romance.
Oh.
You knew what I was gonna say. Like, you gonna pick this again? I mean, yeah, it's definitely this one for favorite romance this year, which is gonna be like mind blowing because it's like, what is next year's gonna be? Like, how are we gonna top this?
Oh, I already have mine.
Seriously?
I can't tell you about it.
Oh my god, we need to exchange the book so I can read this book.
I'm so afraid though. You might read this and be like, may not like it. But
no way. We like so much of the same stuff.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of the book exchange, the favorite reread. I mean, duh. I had so many to choose from this year. Yeah, of course. We literally read our favorite books this year to send to each
Mhm.
other. So,
Mhm.
and
Although I
I
will, my favorite, the fourth one in the series, but I couldn't give her the fourth one, so I'm giving her the first.
and I forgot how much I loved that. Like, I know this is one of my favorite books. When I was rereading it, I was like so giddy reading it because of the beautiful writing style. And I'm like, God, like she is just like Carrie Maniscalco for me. She is a masterful artist when she
Yeah.
writes, and it blows me away when I read her work, and I'm just like, how can someone be so good? Like I love it so much, and I cannot get enough of her, and it makes me sad that she doesn't write anymore.
So I'm actually worried that you're not going to like this because I'm worried it might be a little too cheesy for you because you're not huge on like the cheesiness. And there's even some scenes where I've wrote like, I know this is super cheesy, but I still love it. Um, what's your favorite Nora Roberts book? I have to ask.
I'm so excited this is gonna be my first Nora Roberts. Cause like if I'm gonna read a Nora Roberts, like I'm glad that I'm getting the advice from an expert to like of which one I should
And
read first.
like all of my annotating.
Yes,
Oh,
I cannot wait. That's gonna be such a good vlog.
oh my gosh. I no hard feelings if you don't like it, but
I
if you do,
cannot say that about mine. If you I like I'm like, you must like this. Like, I will explain to you and sit you down and tell you why you need to like this if you don't like
that's so
this.
funny. That's so funny. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, but there's so many other factors in this book besides like that's a good one.
Oh, they both said the same thing. How funny.
Face the fire. Yep.
Now I want to read that one.
Yeah. um, yes, that's so
I'm so
funny.
excited.
I love that. Yeah, so there's just so much in depth in this. It's not just romance. There is actually like it goes deeper than romance in this one. So that's why I actually like I think you'll enjoy it if you can just like put aside some of the cheesiness.
And the new adult pick that I picked for you has a bit of like, it's a bit too tropey. And I like talk about that. I'm like, how can I go from like loving this book to hating this book in like the same page? And I'm like, and I'm so like concerned
What do you
how you're gonna
mean?
like this book because of how tropey it gets. Like there's like some like it's really cute, and then all of a sudden, like one of the characters will say something that's so cringeworthy that I'm like, oh God, like why is this in here? And I'm very interested to see how you're gonna like that one. I don't
Yeah,
even want to
there's
tell you like my rating for it. I just want to see what you think about it.
Oh my gosh. So it's so funny because there's actually, I will say, so the book that I chose, there are some clumsy scenes and it is somewhat problematic at times. But I don't know. I just connected with the characters, I guess.
Oh, I'm so excited.
So we'll see. Hopefully you like it. Hopefully you like it.
So the next one is favorite new to you author.
Um,
This one I think was going to surprise you
okay, let's hear it.
because it's a nonfiction author.
Oh, okay.
And that is, I'm trying to find a book cover. I'm just finding her.
So it's really hard because uh, there's nobody that I like fell in love with as far as writing new this. Well, I take that back. I take that back. I mean, Casey McQuestion is new to me this year. But then Lee Bardugo is also new to me. But then she wrote one flop and one great. And then also
Meg
uh
Seabatter.
No,
Oh, but you read her, yeah.
I had already read her. Um, then there's Christina Lauren, but I read Twice in a Blue Moon. I hadn't read The Honeymooners yet. And Twice in the Moon was just like okay. It was cute, but it wasn't like amazing. Um, so then there's Samantha Young. She wrote Fight or Flight, but then she also wrote On Dublin Street. So I'm like, I actually have no idea who my favorite. I mean, I hate to be just a broken record and go with Red, White, and Royal Blue, or I could go with Ali Wong with the Prince and the Dressmaker.
Oh no, it's Jen.
Jen Wong. I'm sorry, Jen
Yes.
Wong. You're right.
Ali Wong's
Sorry.
the comedian.
You're right. You're right.
So but Case and Question's only written one book, so she could easily write a flop.
That's true.
And then you could be in the same boat.
That's true. That's true. There's also All the Better Part of Me, which is also, I believe, a debut by Molly Ringwald, and I really, really loved it. So I don't know. As far as like,
You need more
I don't.
data.
Yeah, I feel like I do. I'm kind of, yeah.
So my favorite new to me author is Rachel Hollis. So she wrote Girl Wash Your Face, and then she also wrote Girl Stop Apologizing. So
Ooh,
I read Girl Stop Apologizing technically into 2020 because it was I started reading it on New Year's Day.
That's all right. We'll count it.
And I really enjoy her. She's probably the best self-help style book that
Really?
I read. Yeah, because of the way that she writes is very relatable. She talks about like chasing after your dreams and recognizing your self-worth in you without it being too cheesy. And she reads her audiobook herself, so it's done really well, and she is technically a Christian writer, but she isn't a here's religion down your throat. And I'm very like sensitive to that, so it's like if I really love both of her books, and it really like pumps you up like when you listen to it about anything that you do, and it just is like you can be a boss, like you can go after your dreams, you can achieve these things. Like it's such a good feel good book about yourself, and you come out feeling better than when you started, which I think is
That's
such
amazing.
a like high praise for a self-help book. And
so you didn't feel like you were being like preached at.
No. And it was like it very much felt like your friend hyping you up. Like they're so good books. It's such good books for both of them.
Yeah.
And they're so easy to listen to. Like I think I binged both of them within like a day or 2 days or something. Like
That's amazing.
So good. Yeah. I really love hers.
I'm gonna have to do some more reading because like another thought was The Runaways I read this year. So good. But I had already read Brian K. Vaughan. He is not new to me. So yeah, I don't really have a lot of and then What If It's Us? But then I had already read a Becky Ebertali. So yeah, as far as new, it's really hard with the new author. I wrote Leigh Bardugo because I do think that her Six of Crows was really good.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's either between Leigh Bardugo and then we can do Molly Ringwald. I don't know. It's kind of hard because a lot of these are debut authors. So
you don't want to put your stock into something yet without having more info. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, speaking of debut authors, that is my answer for the next one, which is best book cover, which is surprising for a debut author, which is Wilder Girls. Ooh. I love this cover. I mean,
that's pretty.
And with like the flowers intertwined, like and especially if you've read the book, like with that image too, like with the flower, it just it's so good. Yeah. And if you don't like Lord of the Flies, really don't read it.
Okay. Don't like Lord of the Flies. I didn't like it.
But this, because it's got very similar themes to it, and like hierarchy and like making your own society and things like that. But it's so different, and it was such a cool, good book. I really love this, and like the cover is stunning. I love it.
That is really pretty. That is really pretty. I mean,
she almost made it out. Like I was seriously considering like new to you author because I really loved Rory Power. Oh yeah, I didn't actually read it. I bought that this year and didn't read it, but yeah.
it didn't say book read, just best book cover.
Yeah, but you guys, it has to be in your books you read this year.
So obviously that's gorgeous. I really like the Six of Crows. I think
Yes.
those are really pretty.
And with like the dip dyed pages, it's stunning.
Yeah, it's so gorgeous. And then I just but this one's beautiful. I love these covers.
Which
So,
usually I would not care for like girls in dresses on the cover, but like the way that they had like a
this
whole scene.
works.
Yeah.
It works. And like the map, and I love the skull and the rose and the back of it. Just this whole series, I think, well done on the cover. Well done. Well done.
Oh man. Okay, so the next one would be adapt well on screen, which we've already talked about.
Yep. Oh, we forgot favorite nonfiction.
Oh yeah. How did I skip that? Well, I think that's going to be my same one of the Rachel Hollis books for me.
Okay. So mine is actually going to be different. And I would say this is a new author to me, but it's not because I read her last year, but it's The Sarah Scribbles by Sarah Anderson. She wrote Adulthood is a Myth, and then I read Herding Cats. It's hilarious. It's basically a collection of just like really funny little cartoon snippets. Like basically the entire thing is little snippets like this. So I don't know if you can read that.
It's very cute.
It's super cute. So like you're trying to find something to wear. It's really, really fun. Or like my favorite one is like it's a cartoon, and it's she goes to like get something at the grocery store, and it's like debating between what like the cheap versus like the brand. She gets the off brand, and then like cleaning products, and then like clothes, but then she's at the bookstore and it's like money.
Yes.
So just I think this is really, really fun. What?
Priorities.
Yes. It's just really, really fun, cute little quick thing, like little cartoons to read. It's really funny.
So I think the only other one that we have left, if I'm not mistaken, is most anticipated book for 2020.
Do you have yours?
I couldn't pick between two, so I picked two. So
do it.
Crescent City comes out this year.
Yes.
And you know we're trash for Sarah J. Maas, clearly. So
yes,
obviously had to pick Crescent City. And then Kingdom of the Wicked, I had to pick.
This
Look at
cover.
We're like both clutching our pearls, like, hello. And then
Kingdom of the Wicked? Which one is that?
Carrie Maniscalco's new book comes out in September.
No.
And she just released the cover. I will pull it up. You guys know I'm trash for that. Like and it's got like a book snake on it. Like this is
Oh yes.
Yeah.
She does like gothic so well.
Yes. I am
like
super
Victorian
excited.
Gothic so well.
And I don't even remember what this one's about. I just know it's Carrie Maniscalco and that I loved it when I first initially read it. But it's definitely, I'm going to the bookstore that day, picking it up and sitting, reading it.
Yes.
So I'm guessing Crescent City was yours.
Yes, 100%. I'm so excited. Although it's really, really big.
Oh, I know. It's like 800 pages. That thing is a brick. And that's the first damn book.
Do you know what? It's just amazing to me. She releases a book every year. In an entire year, she can write 1,000 pages. It like
And she has a
baffles
toddler.
me.
She had a child this year. Like last year, I think. She
It
still
just
is. She has a just holy moly.
it baffles me. Like I, that's crazy.
Okay. For Kingdom of the Wicked, it says dark, intoxicating tale of a beautiful young witch, a troubled demon, and their epic romance set against a lush 19th century Italian backdrop.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. What is Crescent City about? Because honestly, I just saw Sarah J. Maas, and I mean, she could
I
write like
yeah.
a football play, and I would read it.
I kind of want to go into it blind. I just want to pick it up and like not know what the hell it's about.
Yeah, that actually sounds really good. I just want a little idea of what it's about. I don't even know what it's about.
Gabby doesn't know how to go into a book blind. She
No.
needs information. She is such a like type A Ravenclaw. Like, give me all the information.
Yeah. Half Fae, half human, Bryce. Oh, I'm sorry. Interesting. Okay, so it has to do with phase.
Which I mean,
Interest.
hello, Sarah J. Maas.
She just writes that so well.
Yeah.
I'll give it to her.
I have no idea
Okay.
what We Free the Stars is.
Crescent City's most anticipated.
Oh, I did not love that first book, which makes me sad.
Which one?
It's the We Hunt the Flame.
Oh, I've seen that around.
I love the cover and I love the idea of it, and it just
Mhm.
I didn't connect with the characters, which made me sad. But so many other people loved it, and I'm like, I feel like I'm missing something.
We Hunt the Flame.
Yeah.
So a book that a lot of that was really, really hyped up actually, that I was just didn't understand the hype, was The Gilded Wolves. Like so many people, like the beginning of 2019 was just gush about The Gilded Wolves. It was like highly anticipated for like at the end of 2018. And I actually got it
As an
to
arc.
review.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it as an arc, and I actually did a giveaway on it. The publisher did a giveaway with me with it. But like, and when I first read it, I thought it was really cool. Like, I was enjoying the magic system, but then like once again, I can't remember anything that happened, and like now that like I like really think about it, I'm just like, I just don't understand why I was so hyped up. It was like messy, chaotic. The ending was weird. I don't even know what happened. Like,
I remember you telling me that you weren't that impressed with it, which I still own it and I still want to get to it because so many other people loved it. And I'm like, maybe I'll just like it anyway. Like, I'm just hoping that I'll still like it.
it was just it was just chaotic. Like, I just don't like I can't even tell you what happens because like I don't understand. Like, the action scenes were all over the place. Like, I don't even know how to picture what was going on.
Ooh, maybe I'll do the audiobook then, because Nicole said the narrator was really good.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay. Okay.
there's two more that I want to talk about for my most anticipated books because I
Please.
can't help myself. So
Yes.
this has been in my like inbox to read as an arc, but I've been waiting until it gets closer to the actual release day. But I'm so excited because I'm getting more and more hyped up about it. And it's called The June Boys by Court Stevens.
Huh. I like that cover.
And it sounds so cool. So it is like a Gemini kidnapper, and every year she takes these two boys, or she takes a boy or something like that, but then
Yeah.
she takes them for exactly 30 days and then she just releases them,
Huh.
and then she accidentally takes two boys. So it says The Gemini Thief is a serial kidnapper who takes 3 boys and holds them captive from June 1st to June 30th of the following year. The June boys endure 13 months of being stolen, hidden, observed, and fed before they are released unharmed by their masked captor. The thief is a pro, having eluded authorities for nearly a decade, taking at least 12 boys. Now, whoever this person is has reason to believe the Gemini Thief took a 13th victim, her cousin. The game changes when one of the kidnapped boys turns up dead. Together with her boyfriend, Nick, and her best friends, Thea is determined to find the Gemini Thief and the remaining boys before it's too late.
Wow. Sounds good.
So good. And then...
It sounds...
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, it sounds like a CSI.
Yes.
Plot.
But it sounds so... And I'm hoping that it's going to be done well, and I'm very excited about it. And then the next one that I want to talk about is Jay Kristoff's new book.
He's coming out with a new book?
About vampires.
2019 was hard for me, guys. I need to get on my game.
So it's Empire of the Vampires?
Empire of the Vampires. Not sure if I like that title, but...
And it's first in a series. And it just says fall 2020 and it's September 3rd. There's not a cover even on Goodreads at the moment.
Oh.
This is what it looks like.
Empire of the Vampire. Okay, then.
And that's all I need to know. Like, I've just seen him tweet about it and, like, the style that it is. And it sounds very similar to, like, Nevernight with, like, the cursing and, like, yeah, it sounds great.
I'm excited. I definitely want to continue on. I think I'm going to continue on with the Aurora Rising trilogy or series or whatever it is. So I do think I'm going to read the second one, but I don't know if the second one comes out in 2020.
Oh, it does.
Oh, it does? Okay.
Mm-hmm. I think it comes out in the next couple months, actually.
Doesn't what's her Mackenzie Lee, doesn't she have a book coming out as well with the Gentleman's Guide?
Yes. However, I don't know how I feel about that. Because it's jumped forward. It's not them. It's like their long lost brother or something like that.
Oh.
I don't know how I feel about that.
It might still be good.
Yeah.
Might still be good. Oh, The Gentleman's Guide to Getting Lucky.
That one's already out.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Which one is that?
It's like a novella.
Oh, okay. I haven't read it.
I haven't either. I just was reshelving it at work and saw it.
Oh, here we go. The Nobleman's Guide to Scandal and Shipwrecks.
Yeah.
August 2020. I'll probably still read it.
May 2020 is Aurora Burning.
Okay.
The cover looks really cool.
Yeah. I definitely want to I want to read more like maybe tonight I'll sit down and read The Unhoneymooners.
Do it.
Yeah. I also want to read a lot more graphic novels. I say that every year. But
that's like my other releases that I really want to get to is My Giant Days.
Yeah. So like we watched The Runaways on I haven't finished it yet. I'm on almost done with season 2. So it sticks to the story pretty well.
Yeah, it does.
I do like some of the things that they changed out. So I guess I did do watch a movie. That's right. We couldn't remember if we had watched anything that was a book to movie adaptation, but yeah, I read The Runaways and I watched the TV show, so I really liked it. Oh, I watched Fallen on Hulu, like Fallen by Laura Kate. I did a review on it like years ago.
Atlanta. No.
By Lauren Kate, which is apparently like 2 different authors.
I know who you're talking about.
Oh my god, the movie was so bad.
That's like they're coming out with like just
Oh.
like your rant review, my rant review of the
It
PC
was
Cast House of Night series. That's becoming so people are like blowing up in my comment section about that video of me ranting about that book because it's turning into a movie, and I'm like,
you ranted about that book like 5 years ago.
seriously, yeah. And so it's people are like re-talking about that. I'm like, I can't.
That is probably your most viewed video. Not
Yeah,
in a good way.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, you watched Fallen too. It was so bad, right? It was so bad. Sorry, go on.
No, that's I just can't.
With The House of Night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read, I think, up until like, I think I got up to the 5th book in high school, and then I stopped. And then I found Vampire Academy, and I was like, oh, this is what a good vampire book looks like.
So this is like insight into a bookseller life. The fact that I have a adult woman come into the young adult section, which is nothing wrong with that, but she talks to me and she's like, I want a vampire recommendation book, and she loves PC Cast but does not like Vampire Academy, and I'm like, what are you looking for? I can't help you. Like, and she just I don't
Twilight?
Yeah, she wants something similar, but like I'm like, I can't.
The House of Night is nothing like Twilight.
The fact that she doesn't like Rochelle Mead, I'm like, I don't know how to help you.
I mean, I didn't like Michelle Mead's other books besides the Vampire Academy series,
but she like didn't love Vampire Academy, but she loved PC Cast, and I'm just like,
ugh.
What is happening?
Yeah, PC Cast and Kristen Cast. The upcoming Mass book, I haven't.
So Tower of Dawn is not that bad because we felt very similar to that too.
Read it. It's so good.
Yeah.
Read it.
It makes you like Kale more.
Yeah. It's good. It's really good. It's necessary. You have to read it to read. So if you want the shock value of Kingdom of Ash, you have to read Tower of Dawn.
And Tower of Dawn is like, there's more characters than just Kale, so it's not like he is the main character, but it's definitely worth the read.
It is. Yes. I was very hesitant as well.
It's still probably not my not one of my best books, not my favorite book, but
right. Yeah. Yeah. I would definitely read it. I really enjoyed it. I was shocked.
Yeah.
In a good way. It like gives Kale the information, like the
he's more well-rounded.
Yes, yeah. She needed that book to give him that character development and growth. Yeah. Speaking of Throne of Glass, Kevin just got to Heir of Fire. And I asked him, I was like, what did you think of the ending of Crown of Midnight? And he was like, so good. I was like, yes.
Slowly converting.
Yes, he liked it. And so now I'm like, yes, he's about to. So now he's like, who's this Manon chick?
Yes.
Yeah,
Nezrin is definitely the winner in that book.
Yes. Yeah, it's a good one. I actually liked Irene.
Yeah.
But it is important. You do have to read it. Actually, yeah, you're right. No, you do have to read it for plot continuation. Because the spiders.
Yep. Well, yeah. And just all of it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not. Yeah. Manon.
Queen.
Yes. Best. What would you consider an anti-villain? Anti-hero?
Anti-hero. Yeah.
Anti-hero. Best anti-hero. Yeah. Are there any other books you want to talk about?
I don't think so. I think
I'm like
there's one book that does not get enough praise, and that is Love Poems for Married People. And Jeff Kinney came out with love poems for people with children or something like that this year too.
Mhm.
They're just so good and sarcastic. If you're wanting a sarcastic like poetry book, I highly recommend. They're super short and
Oh.
it's just it's a good book. Like the back says, "Are you in the mood? I am. Let's put the kids down, have a light dinner, shower, maybe not drink so much, and do that thing I would rather do with you than anyone else.
Watch
Lie in
Netflix.
bed, and look at our iPhones." Like it's just that type of humor in this entire book, and it's great. And I highly recommend checking out that.
I'll have to look at that.
His books are just very entertaining.
I'll have to look into that. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, I think I'm gonna continue on with the series that I got you
I
this
did.
year. Oh,
I picked up the next one in the one that I got you too.
Well, that's good. That means you liked it.
I did like it. It's just I don't want to tell you the rating yet. But I'm liking the second book better than I liked the first book
you're already
already.
reading it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get because like it's funny because I was like, oh, I'm gonna get book 2 and 3, and then I realized I have to get book 1 as well because I'm giving you my book 1. Yeah.
I cannot wait to send them to you.
I know, I'm really excited. I'm gonna do that this weekend. Did you did you use up all of your stickers?
No.
Okay, me neither.
I mainly underlined and wrote in the book. I forgot about my stickers for a good portion of it, and then you can see when I started remembering about my stickers, and then they just showed up everywhere.
That's so funny. So, interestingly enough, Sea Swept, I didn't annotate as much as I thought I would have, but in the other book, I wrote on every single page.
That was me with Garden Spells. I was like, this was probably not a good idea to annotate in my favorite book because now it's like, oh, but look at this and look at this one and look at this. And I'm like, I'm so excited.
Yeah. I wrote in every single page. It was such a good book to get for you. I'm very I hit gold when it came to emotions. Like there are scenes that piss you off and make you sad, make you happy. So yeah.
Everybody go watch her vlog because I can't.
There's a book 4 in that series. Oh, okay, awesome. I didn't realize that. No spoilers. Don't tell Hannah.
Oh my god, you guys are killing me right now.
Also, can we talk about how bad the cover is, though?
I'm out.
I'm just kidding.
I
know, and I'm really sad that this one got bent.
It's fine. My book got destroyed.
I'm really excited. I'm going to send it to you. I'm so excited. I didn't realize there were 4 books.
Killing me.
I know, I'm sorry.
It's fine. Nicole also was reading the book that I read you, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I didn't. My book that I got you was it's very polarizing, and I didn't realize it was polarizing until I got 3/4 of the way through it. I was like, oh, people either love this or hate it, and I'm like, okay.
Oh, love it. I love it. Same with mine, actually. I watched some reviews where people were like, it was really bad, and then some people really liked it. So.
All right. Well, that is going to be our 2019. Check Goodreads for the title. What? What?
Oh, for the 4th one. For the 4th one.
Okay. So that's our 2019 book awards. I'm leaving you people because you're torturing me because I don't know what this is. But if you guys liked this, give us a thumbs up so we know to do this for next year if you guys liked this type of format. I think it's a lot of fun because I like being able to talk to the books with you on screen, and the live show was fun. So
I think this is a lot of fun. We can even do, if you guys really like this, we can even do a mid-year check-in.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
We'll just have to read a lot though, so we'll have a chance to be able to talk about everything.
Yeah. But yeah, let us know if you guys like. I thought this was a lot of fun. Way funner than just. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Good. I think this was a lot more fun than just filming it.
Yeah. All right, but thank you guys all for coming and watching, and we will see you guys in our next videos.
Bye.
Bye.